welcome to the Core Channel. We are going to talk about milk, the dairy industry in particular, the good and the bad, mostly bad. If you're still consuming dairy, ask yourself, are you a baby cow? All right, jokes aside, dairy's fucking gross and it's really bad for you. And I'm going to tell you a few things that you might not be aware of. There's lots of stuff in dairy. So when you drink a glass of milk, it has a lot of hormones. So if your kids are drinking milk, especially if it's not organic, and you notice that they're sprouting breast or going through puberty a little younger these days, a large reason why that is because of the hormones in milk. Another thing that is in milk is pus. That is so gross. Pus, you're drinking pus. There is, let's see, I wrote it down, million cells of pus per spoonful. 1 million cells of pus. That's snot. That's like gooey slime that you're drinking, okay? Think about that. What is that putting in your body? Blood, hormones, and pus, okay? Let's talk about what they do to the cows. It's a really mean industry. So think about the fact that they take a female cow, they impregnate her. It takes a year for her to get pregnant and have that baby and lactate. As soon as she has that baby, because in order to have milk, they need a pregnant cow. They need a cow that's just given birth. They take that baby cow from her and they steal that cow from her baby. And she cries and she mourns. She cries for days. They've even had like people calling the police hearing crying, and it was the dairy cows. Like, these cows have a connection with their babies. They're mammals. They feel, they think. And you're ripping their baby right after childbirth so you can steal their milk, okay? So not you, but whoever's doing it, the dairy farmer. But we support it if we're drinking milk. So the milk is stolen from, the baby's stolen from the mom. They impregnate that female cow. They impregnate her over and over in an endless cycle, just using her body to produce milk. Like, it's slavery. It's like animal slavery. It's awful. They do it for about 5 years. That's the lifespan before her body can't take any more. Through that time, she has infection after infection, and you're drinking all that. If you're thinking they're screening that milk and taking out all those infectious antibodies or cells, you're wrong. They're not. You're drinking all that bad stuff. And then they slaughter her for hamburger meat. It's pretty awful. When the cows are in their possession, they saw or burn their horns off. Okay, they cut off their tails and they singe their udders, their sensitive udders. They singe their udders pretty frequently, but then the other things are done once. And there's no anesthetic, there's no painkillers, they don't numb them. It's brutal and it's painful, and it often causes infections. Again, but you end up consuming. Let's see, genetic mutilation and drugs. Cows produce milk. That's just basically what it is. It's genetic mutilation. A lot of drugs are injected to them for these infections. So you're also like eating antibiotics, and this, the infection is there, plus the antibiotics that they try to, kill it with, and you're eating all this. You're putting this in your body. So you could be becoming antibiotic resistant as well. Let's talk about the environment. So this is just going deeper into my other posts. So if you wanted a little bit more information, to produce 1 glass of milk takes 30 gallons of water. So an egregious amount of water is wasted in the production of milk. 30 gallons of water to produce just 1 glass of milk. 2 slices of cheese takes 50 gallons of water. And 1 stick of butter takes 109 gallons of water. That is a lot of water, folks. And we have people in countries that don't have clean water. And water will be a scarcity someday on this planet if it's not already. Trust me. Let's just look at some of our cities that are facing water crises already. And if you think it can't happen in your city, you're wrong. Also, the runoff from dairy pollutes 1/3 of the rivers in the world. 1/3 of our rivers are ruined because we're trying to make milk. We need the water. We don't need the milk. It's just a lack of common sense. Like, who the fuck is making these decisions? Oh yeah, industries is profiting. Okay, all right, right. So we have the choice to not feed their pockets, because in fact, we have done that since 1970. We have Decreased consumption of dairy by 40%. Yay us, that's awesome. Also, since 2001, we have increased alternative dairy consumption by 30%. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, seriously, it's pretty amazing. So ending it on a high note, we're doing better. I think that, you know, it worries me that we will look back on our generation as being greedy and materialistic. And I hope to leave my imprint out there that we weren't all like that, and that we were living in a time of mass brainwashing and waking up from that and able to make independent decisions. So I salute you on your independent solutions today and your journeys. Merry Christmas.